Ramsey thought he wanted to go out in the snow. See how long this lasts. He's out there making a meal out of the snow right now. Oh. Wow. Well, that's not good. I went and opened up the freezer and it looks like some of this is kind of melting. Even my ice cubes, as you can see, are kind of like water. This is pretty thawed, and I'm sure everything else in here is as well. So I just restarted my fridge, and I heard it light when I did, so I don't know. I'm not sure what happened here, but what I probably should do today is just move this stuff into the fridge, completely defrost this. That is something I have to do every once in a while. It has me thinking that maybe the other day when I turned on the generator, it switched over to auto and then didn't fully switch back to gas or something, but it's weird because the fridge is still good and cold. I don't know. I guess I'm going to be barbecuing some steak and chicken tonight. Well, we got this big top. Oh no. Anyway, we got this top piece of ice off of here and still have all this to get underneath. And then I'm going to turn the fridge back on and hope that we're not going to have any more issues like this for a little while with the defrosting. Because I don't want my food going bad. And there we go. That was the last chunk of ice. That's a big chunk of ice. No wonder this freezer, I should say, wasn't working. Maybe it just couldn't. It was too iced up. Let's go throw this outside. I've got all the ice gone except for this right back here in this corner, and the cord on my hairdryer is not quite long enough, so I've just been kind of aiming it up into that corner, just trying to get that last little chunk of ice gone. Then I can dry it all out and yeah, hope that this thing gets cold again and doesn't give me issues. Okay, as I'm using the hairdryer in here, I keep hearing what sounds like ice falling in behind the fridge. So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe there is. Ooh, this is warm now. I don't know, maybe there is ice in behind it. Alright, that's it. All the ice is gone as far as I can tell. I'm going to start the fridge. These do cool quicker on propane, or so I hear. So I'm going to start it and listen for the propane to click on. Good. I did hear it. So we'll see how long it takes to cool down. I'm going to go out and check the back side of this thing and make sure it's lit and it looks good back there. Let's see what we got here. Oh my. What the heck? Did the ice do that? Oh. Huh. Well, there's a piece of the catio roof, I guess. Anyway, let's check behind the fridge, shall we? It's lit, and everything looks good to me. Flame looks good. There's not a bunch of creosote or soot there. Those are either kitty cat toe beans or raccoon toe beans, I would say. Yep. And then we have these, which are definitely squirrel prints. Alright, well, we know the squirrel's going under the trailer because I can hear him under there. I put it on the coldest setting for now. I'll check back like in an hour. I honestly can't tell. Doesn't feel cold at all. I'm trying to see if it's cold on here, but I don't know. It's not looking good, and my fridge is like really warm now. So I don't know. I don't know. Update on the fridge. It's been a few hours. Fridge is nice and cold. Freezer is actually starting to feel cold. So I'm gonna give that obviously a few hours. My food is just outside in the cold because it's freezing, so it should be okay out there until I know this is like good again. enough to put my food back in here. But it's not going to get cold with me opening it all the time, so. I just got home from work and freezer is absolutely not cold at all. And guess what? Fridge isn't either. So I guess until I figure out what's happening with this, guess I'm gonna have to bring in the 12-volt cooler and start putting some things in that to try to save stuff. It's a tight fit, but I managed to do it. The thing about these coolers though is this little fan here. You have to keep stuff not directly in front of it, so there's a bit of a space there so that can circulate. But yeah, there's not much space left. I've had nothing but issues with this fridge since I got this trailer. Okay, this is the setup. Got the Coolatron hooked up to the power station. It's running at 49 watts. It says we've got 8 hours left. I know that when this is fully charged at 100%, this cooler will run for 14 hours on the power station, this particular one. Ramsey's just staring at me like, what are you doing and who are you talking to? Ramsey, who am I talking to? I'm just walking around with this camera talking and you're staring at me like, what are you even doing? I know, I'm weird. Quick update on the fridge situation. It's the next day. And this up here is quite cold to the touch, but my freezer pack is not frozen yet. And the fridge is not really cold at all. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Tomorrow, maybe tomorrow evening, this will be good and frozen. And I know these are supposed to get cold from the top down, so we'll see. Sorry about the generator noise. This is day, I don't even know what. I just got home from work and this is quite cold and we're starting to get ice forming here yet again. But still my freezer pack is not frozen. My ice cubes are still water, so it's still not cold enough. Propane is still running back there. Fridge is still very, very, very warm. No difference in there at all. I actually just shut this off completely. Because there's no point for me to be running it right now until I investigate what's going on, which I will do tomorrow in the daylight. Oh my, somebody really wants to have my milk after I just finished eating my cereal. I turned around to Ramsey meowing at me, and he's certainly trying to get it. Dude, this is some sugary milk. I don't think you should be having this. Guess it's time to fire on the generator so that I can continue to run my fridge over here. Okay, right now I'm running my 12-volt cooler and charging my cell phone, running at 55, 54 watts. So it's going to take about an hour to recharge the power station to 100%, and then we are back in business, baby. Finally, 100%. Gonna shut this obnoxious thing off. There, that's one less noise we have to deal with. I am running the diesel heater. Don't know if you can hear that. Right underneath Ramsey there. He's hogging all the heat. That's what you're doing. Hogging it all. I'm just running it because the fire went out this morning, and it is supposed to get up to 5 or 6 degrees Celsius today, so fairly warm. Yeah, I just honestly haven't had time to get a fire going. I need to split some kindling and stuff first, so running the diesel heater for a little while. I don't do it all that often, but if you're curious, it has been working great since I took it apart Not saying that I fixed it, I just haven't had that error code since before taking it apart. So I don't know. It's been working good, so that's one thing that's been working good. And as you can see, the fridge is turned off and I have it pulled out a little bit because I plan on taking it out of there today. At this point, it's just taking up precious space, and you know, in these things we just don't have space. It's not cooling. The freezer is cooling, it's trying to cool, but it's incredibly slow. It's cooling incredibly slow, and then the fridge part's not cooling at all. So I'm gonna just remove it from here completely until I actually have the chance to maybe figure out what's going on with it. But yeah, at this point it's just been really annoying to have the cooler on the floor with a cord going across to the power station. I mean, I know I could put the power station on top of it, but then you have to take it off. I don't know how van lifers do it with those 12 volt coolers. They're super annoying. You have to like take everything out to get what you need, and half the time what you need is at the bottom, so you have to take everything out and then put it back in again. I mean, it's better than nothing, don't get me wrong. But I miss just having a fridge. You can open the door and grab what you need, close it, you know. But at this point, the cooler, I don't know, there's a sun glare here, but yeah, the cooler, as you can see, is running 50 watts. It runs for usually 14 hours. I'm not sure why it's saying 13, but anyway, it usually runs for 14 hours on this here. So I've been firing on the generator every evening just to get it completely charged up, and then overnight sometimes I'll set it outside since it's cool at night. Lately it's been just above freezing, so everything keeps nice and cold. But it's just been a pain taking it outside, bringing it back in, and if it's rainy, I don't want to have to like take it into the tent shed and just, I don't know. So we'll see when I get this out of here. A friend of mine did say I could borrow a mini fridge. I know that's probably going to be taking more power than this. So obviously I'll have to figure out what to do. In that case, maybe just run my generator more often to recharge the power station. Excuse me. But yeah, it's been a struggle. We got here 3 degrees, so it's warming up slowly. I shut my propane off completely this morning. And the reason for that is because I unhooked the propane line from my fridge. And I know this looks like a hot mess, but that's how I capped it off. Sometimes you get a jerry-rig stuff, but anyway, the propane line has been capped off. It's not the cooling unit that's the problem, because as you can see, this is very new. Several years ago, I replaced that, not once, but twice. Yeah, I'll tell you that story in a moment. But yeah, it was still lighting. It was still lighting here. I was getting the flame. Everything there checked out, but yeah, that's kind of why I'm just really confused and don't know why it's not, the fridge part's not working, and why the actual cooling process in the freezer's, you know, just going way too slow. Maybe it's something electrical, because look, there's a lot going on back here and a tad bit overwhelming for me. It's not the igniter because it lights. I am going to need to unhook these battery cables here before getting the fridge removed completely later today. I am going to have help with that because it's a big, bulky, heavy fridge that I can't remove on my own. Good thing I came out here. I didn't even realize I didn't put the cap back on the generator. Too much going on. There's too much happening. Anyway, needless to say, the fridge has been causing me problems for really years now. When I first got the trailer, the fridge wasn't cooling, or not cooling well, and I just thought propane fridges were garbage until I discovered a giant nest on top of the vent that was on top of the fridge. Yes, a squirrel nest. So that caused the fridge to not be able to vent properly, and it was just kind of keeping that heat down instead of having it be able to escape. And yeah, that's why my fridge wasn't cooling then. Once that was discovered and that issue was all taken care of, I thought I was home free. Everything was working great with the fridge. And then I started to get that ammonia smell. You know what I'm talking about, right? That's when your fridge is going kaput, you get the ammonia smell. I mean, these fridges, propane fridges anyway. So the cooling unit in the back of the fridge completely went out on me. There's nowhere in Nova Scotia that actually will fix those, so I had to take it to New Brunswick, which is the next province over from me. And it was fixed over there. They put a brand new cooling unit on the back, and let me tell you, the cooling units for those propane fridges are mighty expensive. It was almost $1,000 Canadian, so I basically should have just got a new propane fridge. They put a 5-year warranty on it, which was great of them, and I'm glad they did, because about a year after that, the cooling unit failed again. I got the ammonia smell. Yeah, I ended up having to cart it back to New Brunswick again. They fixed it for free, but, you know, it was still a pain to have to take it out of here, put it back in the vehicle, drive 5+ hours. I don't even know how long of a drive it was. Get it fixed. It was like a whole day trip. Got to go to Bass Pro though, so that was a plus. Anyway, yeah, it's just been a whole ordeal. It's just been a mystery at this point. I don't know. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I was thinking that maybe it's something simple like this here, the thermometer thing. I don't know. Something to look into. But for now, I think it's best just to remove this, stick it out in the tent shed so that it stays dry. And maybe at some point when I have time to look into it a little further, or have an RV technician come check it out. It's probably going to be easier removed from here anyway, because it's really hard to access that back panel. A bunch of snow back there, and also the big posts for the roof are kind of in the way. So that is the plan for today. And before you say it, because I know someone's going to tell me to take it out of here and flip it upside down so that the Freon resets or whatever it is, I might just do that because I'm desperate. So we'll see. I have a feeling though that mini fridges run at double the wattage. So yeah, where this will last 14 hours on the cooler, I have a feeling that if I plug a mini fridge into it, it might last 6 or 7. Cross that bridge when we get there. It's good to experiment with these things. Then you have a better idea of power needs and usage and so on and so forth. It has been nice having the propane fridge because it takes no power. It just sips propane. But if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Alright, next on my list, I need to unhook the batteries. Just need to get the screw out. I should be able to... Oh, there we go. At least I can get at this better. Okay, I got that wire taped up. Somebody else is being nosy. You want to help, Rory? Want to help me? That's what I thought. Both battery cables are unhooked and protected. I just taped it to this here. Unplug this. This was just plugged in so that if I ran the generator, it could run off the generator and not, you know, propane if it wanted to. Oh my God. You have to be Hulk. Ooh. Alright, I'm just going to zip tie up this cord, and then I am pretty sure all of these other things here just stay and the fridge can come out. Those are the only things I believe I needed to unhook. Obviously the propane's been disconnected from the fridge. Got my little plug in it here. Yeah, now it's time to get this big honking thing out of here. As you can see, I pushed the fridge ahead even more here from the outside. And I think I have enough clearance to avoid this. Do I? Oh, I'm probably going to need to take down this AC cover, that's right. Woo! It's warm! Look at that! It got to 10 degrees outside. It's 22 in here. I'm going to shut off the diesel heater. Why waste fuel? Man, it's nice out. Okay, I got the AC cover pulled off, so that's hopefully not going to hit. And I noticed something. I always thought this didn't work, but this little fan here, I went to spin it and it was kind of caught at first, but now it's spinning freely, so it makes me wonder. I'm gonna have to try that out when I get it all put back together. Maybe this thing actually does work. It's probably been 10 years since it ran, but who knows. Okay, I think I'm all prepared, and I'll cut back in with you guys once this fridge has been removed from here. As for my beer, well,
when your fridge is broken but you want some beer, stick them in a snowbank and they'll eventually bring you cheer.
and White Claws. Can't forget the White Claws. Yeah. Yep. Okay, well, this is what we're working with. I set the cooler in there just to get it up off the floor, power station on top of it. Obviously, if I'm going to be dealing with this setup or a mini fridge for a little while, I'm going to have to do something else in here, like probably buy some plywood and, you know, board in that back part, because there's a big open vent back here. I just shoved some plywood back here. Anyway, I've got the power station plugged in where the fridge was plugged in. Back here somewhere there's an outlet, so that when I turn on the generator, it'll just start to power up here, which kind of gives me some space back on my counter. That's nice, but yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with a better setup than just this. This just gets this out of the way. But we got lots of cold air coming in because that vent is completely open. That was for the fridge, and the fridge was obviously sealed against this all the way around. So now we got some cold airs coming in here. Yep. Fridge is out here. Got it on the dolly, sort of. Let me show you something. I'd like to know what went on here. 'Cause, yeah. This looks like it was quite hot right here. Might be a better angle. So all of this would have been replaced with the cooling unit. This fridge, man, is just giving me problems over the years. But it's obvious to me that this got really hot at some point, as you can see. And I don't know why. Maybe that was because I had it running constantly trying to cool it down again. I'm not sure. Don't know when that happened because I couldn't see up in behind the fridge far enough to notice that before. But something to note, if anyone has any ideas, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I will tell you that this silver piece on the back is quite new, as you can tell, because when I had this whole cooling unit replaced, this whole silver piece was brand new as well. That was glued to the back of the fridge. I can tell you that that's probably not normal. But it's pulled out of here for now, and I'm gonna store it in the tent shed so that at least it's dry, and then maybe if I get the chance or have somebody like a technician come look at the thing, maybe someday it can go back into its place in there. But for now, I think it's safe to say that I don't have a use for it since it's not useful. Any of these cold yet? I feel like I need this right now, you know? I mean, I would put this back in the fridge to get a little colder, but well, you know how that goes. Quite heavy those things are, I tell you. Yeah, I'll keep you guys in the loop about that. Other than that, that's what we're working with. I'm fridgeless once again. It's happened many times in the 7 years that I've been here and had that fridge. Wish I could figure it out, but I'm not an electrician and I'm not a refrigeration technician. So I don't know. If you have any inkling of what's going on with that thing, please drop it in the comments below. I'm going to finish my White Claw and maybe sulk a little bit and struggle to put that thing in the tent shed because it is an absolute unit. With that being said, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Dang, what a nice day though. It's so warm. About as warm as my fridge right now. Yep, 12 degrees Celsius, baby. Yeah, see, I wasn't lying. Oh, well, maybe I was lying. 11. Well, yeah, close enough. It's warm. Well, this is where the fridge will be for now. Mr. Squirrel, are you in here? The fridge is right here, so, you know, feel free to chew some wires or, you know, make a meal out of some Freon, some, yep. Have at her.